Why did my dermatologist's face go pale when she saw where my acne had spread? So I'd had mild acne since I was 13. My dermatologist, Dr. Burke, had me on a simple routine, benzoyl peroxide and moisturizer, and it kept things manageable. But that morning in February, I woke up with what looked like a constellation of tiny bumps spreading from my jawline up toward my ears. I figured it was hormonal, maybe stress from work, and just applied extra spot treatment. A week later, though, the bumps had multiplied and were creeping down my neck. I made an appointment with Dr. Burke for that Friday, thinking I just needed stronger medication. Then my coworker pulled me aside at lunch. She whispered, asking if I was okay, kept glancing at my ears. I went to the bathroom and saw the acne had spread completely around both ears, like someone had drawn a careful line of red bumps. They weren't even normal pimples anymore, more like tiny hard beads under the skin. When I walked into Dr. Burke's office that afternoon, her assistant did this double take. She called Dr. Burke in early from her lunch break, but then Dr. Burke stood in the doorway for a full 10 seconds before approaching me. She put on gloves, then grabbed a magnifying glass, but stayed further back than usual. She kept saying, "Interesting, an unusual pattern," without explaining what she meant. That's when I found out my acne wasn't following any normal pattern. It was spreading in perfect systematic lines, like it was following a map under my skin. Dr. Burke immediately prescribed antibiotics and started drawing vials of blood for tests. She ordered multiple tests. She said the results would take 2 weeks. Meanwhile, I couldn't just wait around. I threw out every product I owned and bought all hypoallergenic everything. I stripped my bed, bought new sheets, and washed them in fragrance-free detergent. I started washing my pillowcase every single night. My boyfriend Marvin helped me deep clean the entire apartment, thinking maybe it was environmental. I cut out dairy completely, then gluten, then sugar. I started an elimination diet my friend swore by. Bought a HEPA air purifier for the bedroom. I started taking probiotics, zinc, vitamin A. 2 weeks later, the acne had reached my arms, and Dr. Burke called with the results. Everything was negative. I felt like I was going insane. Normal hormones, normal thyroid, no allergies. She immediately called in Dr. Shaw from the University Hospital. He examined me that same day and asked if I'd started any new supplements recently. I said yes. I'd been taking biotin for my hair since January. His eyes lit up and he immediately said, "That's it. Biotin can cause severe acne in some people." Everyone in the room relaxed. Mystery solved, right? He told me to stop taking it immediately and said we'd see improvement in 2 weeks. He drew blood to check biotin levels just to confirm. Those 2 weeks I did everything perfectly. No biotin, kept a clean diet, maintained my new hypoallergenic routine, and washed everything constantly. But the spreading didn't slow at all. If anything, it was moving faster, creeping across my shoulders and down my stomach. The biotin test came back showing my levels were already normal, like I'd never taken it. Dr. Shaw was baffled. He ordered more specialized tests, fungal infections, parasites, even some rare genetic conditions. Another week of waiting while the bumps reached my back and hips. I tried wet wrap therapy, oatmeal baths, and prescription steroids. I was taking photos every day, documenting the spread. The texture was bizarre. Hundreds of identical tiny hard bumps that never came to a head, never went away, just stayed there like permanent goosebumps. When those results came back negative too, they brought in an infectious disease specialist. I was spending every day either at the hospital or researching online. Marvin was sleeping on the couch because I was up all night trying different treatments. After 3 more weeks and dozens of tests, everything came back completely normal. 7 different doctors had examined me, taken biopsies, and run every test they could think of. By April, it covered my entire torso and legs, even in parts I'm too embarrassed to say. Marvin tried being supportive but couldn't hide his discomfort. He left me through text months later. "I'm sorry, I just can't." I understood. I couldn't look at myself either. I haven't been touched by another person since.